The Weight of Silence by Heather Gudenkauf Chapter 16 Martin. I stopped by my home to find Fielda standing at the front door, her kinky black hair pulled back from her face, her glasses sitting crookedly on her nose. She looks at me expectantly. I shake my head no, and her face falls. "What do we do?" she asks pitifully. "The deputy sheriff says to call anyone we think of to keep an eye out for them. He says to find a picture of her to put on flyers. I'm going to take the photos of the girls to the police station. They're going to make the flyers for us. And then I'm going to find some people to help me pass them out." Fielda reaches for me and circles her arms around me. "What are we going to do?" she cries softly. "We're going to find her, Fielda. We're going to find Petra and bring her home. I promise." We stand there for a moment, letting the weight of my promise soak into both our skins, until finally Fielda steps away from me. "You go get the flyers," she tells me firmly. "I'm going to call people. I'll start with the A's and work my way through the alphabet." She kisses me goodbye, and I squeeze her hand before I shut the door. As I drive down the streets of my town, my eyes scan every inch of sidewalk, searching for Petra. I try to see in windows and crane my neck to look into backyards, and several times I nearly veer off the road. When I pull in front of the police station, my legs are shaking, and it's with weak knees that I trudge through the door. I introduce myself to a man at a desk. When his eyes meet mine, I search them to see if I can discern what he thinks of me. Does he suspect me? Does he feel sorry for me? I cannot tell. "I'll get those flyers for you right away, Mr. Gregory," he says, and leaves me. Now in the sanctuary of my office at St. Julianus, each excruciating moment of the day stabs at my mind. I cannot concentrate. Sitting in my office on campus with a pile of papers, my beautiful daughter's face gazing out at me from them, I can almost feel Petra's presence in the room. Petra loves to sit beneath my large walnut desk. There she plays with her dolls, which she carries in a large canvas bag with her name painted on the front of it. As I do paperwork, I can hear the intricate conversations that her dolls hold with one another, and I smile at the thought. Petra enjoys learning all about the mysterious history of the college. She walks with me through the buildings, sunlight shining through the jewel-colored stained glass windows depicting the saints and martyrs of the Catholic Church. She often makes me pause in front of the window showing St. Julianus, the namesake of the college, in brilliant hues of saffron, lapis, copper, and jade. The artist tells the story of Julianus's life. An old man dressed in brown robes, holding a scroll, flanked by a large bear and a flock of blackbirds. I repeatedly tell her about St. Julianus, also known as St. Gall, or St. Callow, a man born in Ireland sometime in the 6th century. Legend had it that Julianus, a hermit, ordered a bear in the woods where he lived to bring his reclusive clan wood for their fire, and the bear obeyed. I described to her the tale of how King Sigebert of Austrasia, now northeastern France and western Germany, implored Gillianus to free his promised wife of demons. Gillianus obliged, and at his command freed the tortured woman of demons, who left her in the form of a flock of blackbirds. Petra always shivers with delight at that story, and rubs the musical note charm around her necklace nervously. My colleagues make special stops to my office when they know Petra is visiting. They ask her about school and friends, and she draws pictures for them to hang in their offices. My students are equally enchanted with Petra. She remembers the names of everyone who happens to meet with me while she is present. One distressed junior made an impromptu visit at my office this past winter while Petra played happily under my desk. The young man, normally confident and charming, was near tears, worried about graduating on time. He could not concentrate on his studies and needed to get another part-time job to help pay his tuition and rent. "Lucky," I said to the student. "You have too much on your plate right now. It's natural for you to feel stress." I hastened to lure Petra from under the desk and introduced her to the young man before he became too emotional in front of her. "This is my daughter, Petra. She often comes to my office on weekends to help me. Petra, this is Lucky Thompson, one of my students." Petra looked critically at Lucky, taking in his shaggy hair, baggy jeans, and sweatshirt. "Is Lucky your real name?" she asked boldly. "No, my real name's Linton, but everyone just calls me Lucky," he explained. "Good move," Petra said, nodding her head. "So, are you Lucky?" "Most of the time, I guess." "Do you have a pet?" she quizzed him. "I do. A dog," he responded, amused. "Because, they say that having a pet helps relieve stress. What's your dog's name?" "Sergeant. He's a golden retriever." "Cool. Dad, doesn't Grandma need help at the cafe? Maybe Lucky could work there," Petra suggested. With a phone call to my mother-in-law, I confirmed that this was true and arranged for her to meet with Lucky. "You're a cool kid, Petra," Lucky said, smiling, chucking her under the chin and rubbing the top of her head. So, in her effortless, magical way, Petra once again made everything all better, and the young man left with his spirits buoyed and led on a part-time job at Morning Glory. I stand now, my joints creaking with the effort. I am very much feeling my age today. I pick up the stack of flyers and roll of scotch tape, lock the door to my office, and begin the unfathomable task of tacking my child's face to windows and telephone poles around town.